Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. My name is Esther. In this video I will be showing you how to cut this simple kimono short gown. Okay, first thing, you fold your fabric into four and mark out your starting line. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to mark our sleeve opening. So the sleeve opening I'm working with here is 10 inches, so I added half inch for joining. So I mark from shoulder to waist, from shoulder to hip, and from the shoulder to the length of the gown. All right, from shoulder to the sleeve opening, from shoulder to waist, from shoulder to hip, and from shoulder to the length, which is the hem line. All right, so after marking all of this, you will go ahead. The next thing we are going to do right now is to mark our sleeve length. Okay, so I'll be using the whole of the material for the sleeve length. All right, so it depends on what you want. If you want it short, you can measure it. Just take your measurement, okay, and mark your sleeve length. Okay, so I'm using the whole of the sleeve that I fold for it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to divide the waist measurement divide the waist measurement by 4 and add your sewing allowance and ease. Okay, so sorry, the measurement I divided here is not accurate. So just divide your waist measurement, proper waist measurement, by 4 and add ease and sewing allowance. So what I added here is extra 3 inches, 1 inch for sewing allowance and 2 inch for ease. So I will also divide the hip measurement by 4 and mark it, and also add that same 3 inch for it. All right, so remember the kimono, there are different types you can cut your kimono. You can cut it if you want it to be big. You can just use the hip measurement and cut. But if you don't want it to be big, you can take your waist, your hip measurement, and every other measurement. Okay, so this short gown will be cut together with the pocket. Can you see what I'm doing? We cut together with the pocket. It is very, 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 very simple, guys. It's very, very, very simple. So for the pocket, you can measure 8 inches outward, okay, and come down by from waist by 8 inches and connect it like so. Okay, so to cut to curve the sleeve, you go out by 1 inch and curve the sleeve like you see me doing. So we'll be going ahead to mark our neckline. So the neckline I'm working with is 3.5 by 1 inch for the back depth, and 8.5 inch for the front. Is actually a V neck. All right, 3.5 inch for the width, 1 inch for the back depth, and 8.5 inch for the front depth. So I'll be going ahead to connect my shoulder slant. You come down by 1.5 inch from shoulder, okay, and connect it to your neckline, which is your shoulder slant. It is very, very, very simple. I don't know if you guys can see it. Is very simple. So this is it for the marking of it. So we'll be going ahead to cut it out. Like I said, if you want your kimono to be a little bit bigger, the client I'm sewing this for, she doesn't want it big. Okay, so you can use your only your hip measurement. Divide your hip measurement by 4 and mark it, and add how big you want it. Depends on how big you want it, how many is that you want, add it up, mark the same measurement on the bust, on the waist, and on the hemline, and connect the lines. It will be straight. But if you don't want it to be big, just like the one I'm cutting, then you take your waist, your hip measurement. Okay, so this is it for the cutting, guys. All right, so the sewing part will be posted later. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next videos. Bye.